All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision Not Life. My name is Adewale Bukhe Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we're going to continue talking about the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, the heroes from the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. And today, we're going to focus on GLUCKS, a character that's based on one of my brothers, Tayo. I'm going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. Before we get into this podcast, I want to thank our sponsors. We've got to pay some of these bills. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from pediatricians from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, search Tigler. That's Tigler.com. Don't wait. Search today. That's Tigler.com. You know, whether it's professionals, whether it's nurses, whether it's contractors, whether it's landscapers, anything that's professional, you can find it on Tigler.com. That's Tigler.com. This awesome platform is ran by President, CEO, owner, creator Adetayo Bukhe. Is an amazing individual, amazing businessman, amazing owner. We're fortunate and lucky to join forces with Tigler. Sanusi Vision, Tigler come together. That's pretty much like Voltron level stuff right there. So taking it to the next level, and thanks to Tigler, our search engine has gotten even bigger, and vice versa. Sanusi Vision been able to help Tigler grow themselves. So it's always great to join forces with a powerhouse organization like this. And so Tigler.com, and don't worry, we will be having the president and CEO of Tigler coming and stopping by on our show to talk about the awesome stuff that Tigler has to offer the galaxy, the world. Hey man, this is the best search engine out there, man. Tigler.com, from pediatricians to plumbers, you name it, it's got it. So search Tigler today, y'all. Don't wait. Search Tigler.com. And this podcast, excuse me. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel for the ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I'm always wearing each one of these custom orthotics and every pair of batas that I wear. As you can see, they've been on my feet. I've been pain-free for I don't know how long. A good minute. I'll tell you that much. But the one thing I love about these custom orthotics, they're set to my exact feet. I've been pain-free going on 8 years now. Make an appointment with Dr. Nero, so the foremost foot specialist in the galaxy. That's right, I said it, in the galaxy. And get your custom orthotics in every pair of shoes that you're going to wear, because only these go into my batas. And as y'all know, I got my overhead line now. So AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. And also, too, with Tigler, if you're in the Los Angeles, Long Beach area, they're providing services there. Excuse me. They are providing services there. And if you're also in the Virginia, Georgetown, Great Falls area, they're also providing services there. So that's Tigler in those both places. And as well as Anadel Center, they're providing service in Dallas, Frisco, Texas area. But there's also servicing if you're in the Houston area. You know, if you're in driving vicinity, go in and get your butt down to Dallas, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And get your foot right and make your feet happy again. So y'all, that's thanking our sponsors right there. We have to thank them. You always got to pay your bills. So y'all, like I said it before, man, I'm really excited. Continue on talking about these amazing heroes, and these heroes, the things that we're gonna talk about. Just like before, the other two heroes before GLUCKS, which was Cajun and Escalade. But this we're gonna focus on GLUCKS, a character that are based on my brother. One of my brothers that's from the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. You know, when you have awesome characters like this, they come from somewhere. And so the things that I'm going to focus on today are origins, history, abilities, comics. I know y'all have heard that all these last few weeks. Animation, movies. I got to, because this is just the way it's got to get done. You know what I mean? It's important to talk about these things, you know. So first things first, showing y'all who GLUCKS is. I got to show y'all who this dude is, because he's the marksman of the whole team. This dude doesn't miss. Just like my brother, always hits his target. You know, he's always going for his goals, never falling short, and just going hard as we can. That's GLUCKS right there, man. Now, that's the version 5 of GLUCKS right there. Now, I know you're like, that is sick. And yes, this is available on SanusiVision.com. If you want to poster this, available on SanusiVision.com. But now here's the 11x17 poster, which is also available on SanusiVision.com. And it comes in multiple different things. You can get 11x17. You can get it in 13x19, 24x36, and even canvas print now, because we do canvas art now. You know what I mean? So that's GLUCKS right there, man. So origins. First things first, origins. GLUCKS, you know, just like I did the other characters, I'm going to definitely do the same thing with GLUCKS. I ain't leaving him out. Got to get him out. Got to get him right. And the things I'm going to focus on, so I can freestyle this thing, but I'm also, just like all the previous superhero stuff I've done, I always like to, with my characters, give y'all as much detail as possible. Let's give me a second, y'all. I'm breaking it down. Let's see if we can find this guy right here, man, because he's a sick character. All right, so GLUCKS, as I stated before, his origins. He's the marksman of the team. He's the twin brother of Rasputin, which I'm going to talk about next week. Yeah, Rasputin is, man, those two are sickest combination. You see one, you're going to see the other one. So GLUCKS is part of the Karjakz team. His real name is Chris Phoenix. Alias is GLUCKS, of course. Citizenship is USA. Place of birth, Fairgrounds. Height, 6'2", weight, 212, eyes brown, hair black. Occupation, he's a student. Major, computer science, I know you're wondering. And that's about what I want to tell you. And of course, his fighting skills, which I'm going to focus on later on. I'm going to bring that up later. This guy's a marksman. GLUCKS is the guy on the team that he's the twin. He's based on my brother, Tayo. And as I said before, just like the other previous character, Cajun and Escalade, he was based on, everything started with the family members, man. I was just assigning characters to people, and I was like, man, I was looking at my brothers like, which one of these characters is he gonna be? Because I hadn't drawn a face to the character. I was just thinking of names, and then I just said, okay, I'm gonna draw him and worry about the name later. So I just came up with this character just like this. And look, I got to show y'all the classic version of GLUCKS before I mess around and forget. Now, look at my hand. That's GLUCKS right there in the silver uniform right there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get y'all some classic drawings going forward. But GLUCKS, man, he's the marksman of the team. This dude, when it comes to not missing, that's what this dude does best. He's confident. He believes in himself. And you know, when you have those kind of attributes, like I told y'all before, the main thing about all these characters, they're based on people that I actually know. So I took the attributes of these individuals and put them in these awesome individuals and put them in these characters. You know, I was my last week's episode, people were talking about it, man, these your characters are fire. And that's as best as a compliment you can get from anybody, because when you really put a lot of work into creating characters, giving them originality, coming from nowhere to create them. And so I remember creating this character and I showed it to my brothers, like, oh, this is sick. He really took a liking to the way GLUCKS looked, the way the character's uniform was, even the vehicle that the character drove. I remember I spelled the name in multiple ways. That's another part of this dude's origin. I didn't know how I want to spell it, but I ended up spelling it GLUCKS. And yes, my dyslexia wasn't an issue. I just thought I spelled things the way I see them. And so the spelling, everybody would be like GLUCKS. I was like, what are you talking about? It's not GLUCKS, it's GLUCKS. What about the GLUCKS don't you understand? People, that's the one thing about America. They always think people should spell things the way they want. No, I don't care what you want. I'm going to spell it the way I want it. And so I made everybody that sees the character say GLUCKS. Don't spell it how you think it is. Spell it how I'm telling you to say it. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how you're going to say it. So people have to start calling them GLUCKS. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Nigerians, we're not going to let you spell your name, our names, any way you want to. You're going to pronounce our name and spell it how we want you to. So GLUCKS is a character based on my brother. This character is just like my brother. He's smart, tactical, very analytical about things. Decisions will be made instinctually. Decisions will be made tactically. He believes in himself going forward. There's a right of independence, and just like all out badass, man. I mean, yeah, that's not a curse word, but you know, this dude is the truth. I mean, I can't tell you how many times at the art shows people have said, man, this character is sick. Look at this, man. I got crumbs from muffins, man, on my table. Unbelievable. Good thing y'all can't see it. You know what I mean? I was eating a muffin. Y'all might mess around and see me eating a Starburst while we're doing all this. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I might mess around and put one in my mouth. But, you know, that's GLUCKS. The origins of this guy is like, he's one of the most interesting. When I go to the art shows, when I say this guy is like, people like, this dude is sick. People stop and be like, hey, GLUCKS, explain this guy to me. And then the name itself, when they come to my table, they'll say GLUCKS. I was like, no, it's not GLUCKS, it's GLUCKS. And then I stopped being offended by it, and I just realized that people are so ignorant and they think things should be pronounced a certain way. Ask the pronunciation, right? Ask the pronunciation. My brother's probably going to be laughing when he watches this episode, you know, but GLUCKS is one of those. He's a character that he has no fear. He can face off against any character in any of the villains in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, whether it's Sun Tzu, artillery, don't matter. excursion, he can get at all of them, and he's fully equipped. This dude is, aside from the weaponry, which I'm going to get into later, he's just able to always come up with gadgets that he needs to defeat his foes. You know, when you are a sort of a computer science whiz, there's no way you can't break into different government installations. Whatever it is that they're trying to keep from you, you can get to it. And since we live in a technological world, who better to do the job than GLUCKS himself? This is what makes this guy unique. One of my big fans of the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, Ahmad Williams, he's always talking about GLUCKS. This guy is the truth. He ain't read about every single character, but his favorite is GLUCKS, and which is what makes me happy, because I remember as a kid growing up talking about Avengers, X-Men, or whatever. My favorite was Wolverine on the X-Men. My favorite Avenger was Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, dude, I got to talk about GLUCKS. And one of the things that inspired GLUCKS too was me being a big-time Blade fan. And as you know, Blade is my favorite Marvel character. Blade is also my favorite character that is not in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. So when I create GLUCKS, there's a little bit of Blade in GLUCKS. You know, I love me some Blade. I've watched those movies God knows how many times. Animated series, I have that, the whole series. And anything else Blade has been in, whether it's the Spider-Man episodes or whatever. But GLUCKS is an amazing character that's based on my brother, who's an amazing human being. Each one of these characters, I've said before, the previous weeks, they're all based on people that I know. That's where these amazing characters come from. So that's the origins of GLUCKS. Now, next up is the history of GLUCKS. GLUCKS is one of those, to give you a history, I'm also going to give you a bio of him. So GLUCKS, real name, I'm going to tell you his real name is Chris Phoenix GLUCKS. Student by day, sharpshooter by night. This smart mouth, cocky hero is one who never shies from battle. GLUCKS is a fearless fighter with a shoot first and ask questions later attitude. An attitude that gets him in trouble with the rest of the team. He's both a computer expert and a sharpshooter. That's about how far I can't give you everything, just like the other characters. I can only tell you so much. Why? Because the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is going to come out. And you know, since I'm talking about origins, I forgot I got this bio book over here on my hand. Look at this. That's GLUCKS right there. The old OG himself. Look at that. That's the poster. Now, looking at this drawing, y'all, it's very available on soundvision.com if you want one. Now, that's the origin, the history of this. And just like all the other characters before him, right? GLUCKS, he's went through phases of, I don't want to call it restoration, but evolution, right? And as the character got cooler, you know, it went from phases 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now, of course, 6, which y'all aren't going to see yet till the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins book comes out. GLUCKS has changed exponentially, man, and I'm very proud. The uniform color scheme has stayed the same, but the way it looks, oh my God. And wait till you see the new GLUCKS. Oh, y'all are going to drool and fall over. Y'all going to be like, this dude is that dude. Many people already think he's that dude already, but now they're going to really think he's that dude. Look, I got to show y'all this. Look. Okay, I know y'all can see it. I'm trying to give y'all, oh, I'm over here making a mess, man. Okay, you see him. So book 1, book 2, and then book 3. And then, of course, version 1, version 2, 3, 4, and then version 5. You know, and then, of course, version 6 is coming. And what do you see right there? You see amazing, you know what? I'm going to make this. There we go. Y'all see it? All 3 right there, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're creating the history of a character, right? So this character, just like all the other characters, went through phases, went through change. The name GLUCKS itself was just like me wanting to be like, the name is more about a point. Really what the name is about. A lot of people don't know that. It's more about a point. That's what gives this guy an amazing history, which ties to his origins too. It's more about a point. Like, this guy never misses. And that's one thing about my brother. He's always got a point that he's trying to get to. He believes in his points. He stands firm on his beliefs. He stands firm on his ground. And that's what makes GLUCKS an amazing character. You know, aside from, and then also too, for you don't know, he's also the brother of Cajun, Escalade, Rasputin, which would be Jones Phoenix, Sarah Phoenix, and then Sean Phoenix, right? And just like one attribute that he got, even though he never joined the military like his sister, I think there's always a part of him that always felt like being part of a military structure would even make him a better fighter, a better hero than what he is. And so instead of joining his sister, him and his brother kind of have a uniform costume. And if you notice that GLUCKS and Rasputin have the same grayscale color uniform, That's for a certain reason. That's something you're going to also find out in the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. Now, they are twins, GLUCKS and Rasputin. And the only differentiation you can tell between them is the fact that one has crew cut hair, GLUCKS has the crew cut hair, and then Rasputin has the dreads, which I'm going to talk about next week. And so GLUCKS goes through these phases of, how do I say, what's the word? Transitions. Where you know, when you're a student, a college student, at that, how you're balancing being a computer student, and his computer science isn't your typical computer science. This dude, and you can imagine what the future looks like where you're doing AI. You're touching analog screens that aren't even on a screen. They're literally in front of your hand. This is what this guy is studying in school, and with the future and the many job positions that are available, which is not going to happen because he's going to end up working with his brother. Keyword in that sentence is working with his brother at Phoenix Industries. You can imagine the amount of money, the amount of creation, the amount of ingenuity, like original patterns that these guys are going to create, and how wealthy he's going to be. You know, being a student, right? He has to balance going to class. And then all of a sudden he sees something, he's like, oh crap, I gotta go. So you imagine this guy in class coming up with some excuse to get out of class, and his teacher's like, where do you think you're going? And so he's coming up with these little things that happen where somehow the fire alarm goes off on campus. Things like that, just to get him out of class. Because when you're a student, you have to figure out cool ways to get out of school so you can go do what you need to do. It's kind of like Spider-Man, Peter Parker. That's probably one thing where I love about GLUCKS and Rasputin, them balancing being students and then being superheroes too, because that stuff is hard, man. And of course, they're teenagers. So, you know, they're teenagers. I'm gonna let you figure out what age you think they are. You know what I mean? But these dudes are really smart. They were not afforded, but had opportunities to go to the best institutions for learning. Excuse me, y'all. Boy, I ain't about to miss out. They have to get an opportunity to go to best institutions for learning, of course. And his brother being that he went to Abercrombie University, so there's a connection there. And so there's ties that bind a lot of things. And GLUCKS is that dude that's just, man, this dude is an all-out beast, man. The history of GLUCKS is like, this guy, he's never that far away from being in the leadership role of the team, right? Because when there are government installations to understand, or they've got hackers trying to get into the Karjakz Vs Assassins mainframe, GLUCKS is making all kinds of blocks. He's always constantly revamping the Karjakz Vs Assassins system, the Karjakz system, so that no villains or heroes, whether it's the assassins or all the various villains that they're going to face, can get into the Karjakz mainframe. He's also the reason how the Karjakz system, they have the system, oh god, I gotta give you all the name. The Karjakz system, Icon. GLUCKS is the one who creates the system that how it operates, so that nobody can break into Icon. So he's constantly always remolding it, reconstructing it. I mean, this dude is not just a sharpshooter. And now let's get to the sharpshooter part. This guy doesn't miss, straight up. Whether you've got, I'm thinking of heroes that I used to love growing up as a kid. I thought were awesome, that never missed. You got Grifter from the Wildcats. You got Bishop from X-Men. You got Cable from X-Men. You got Deadshot. He never missed. You got Deathstroke. He never missed. You got who am I thinking about? All these sharpshooters, man. Oh my god, I know I'm leaving somebody out. Brave Star from back in the day, and that's GLUCKS right there. He Hawkeye from Avengers, and even Shepard, which I'm going to talk about later on down the line, right? GLUCKS don't miss, man. When I say sharpshooter, this dude is a sharpshooter. Like, he straight get at it and he don't miss. Look at him. Now he's not on the banner, but you're gonna be able to see him. Let me see if I can pull him up. Let's see here. Where is he at? So, can y'all see him? You know, I'm gonna point the camera. He's on the banner. That's him at the end right there. That's him right there. That's him right there, GLUCKS. You know what I mean? One of the cool things you get to do as a creator, you get to decide who gets to be where, you get to decide who gets to do what. You know what I'm saying? I'm straightening out the camera so it don't look a hot mess. But that's the beauty of GLUCKS. That's the history of GLUCKS. This guy's a sharpshooter. He's smart as hell. He don't miss. He's the reason why they've gotten out a lot of jams. Can you imagine being on a mission and just getting trapped in a situation and the whole thing is computerized? So he's got this thing that he can do on his wrist, and he can, next thing you know, like stuff is government, they're not trapped anymore. So I can't tell how many times he's gotten the team out of messes like that. Like I said, reading the Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, man, you're gonna be like, okay, this dude GLUCKS is the truth. Like, how is this dude like? Because one thing I think I noticed that people love about this character, the reason why this character is so cool, is you don't usually get a sharpshooter and then make them they also be intelligent too. Usually get a oxymoron, but this guy is totally different. You know, like I said, I used to watch a lot of superheroes, and I was just like, I'm gonna make this guy original. He's gonna be his own thing. And what makes him really original is that he does things that most heroes don't do. Like, of course, they have no powers, or am I undecided? I don't know. But you know, his intelligence is a power. Like his ability to just his ability to reason and using logic to do what he's got to do. He uses logic to use his weapons. So it's pretty sick, man. So that's GLUCKS right there, man. That's GLUCKS' history. This guy, he's a young hero who's trying to figure out how to balance being a superhero and being a student. Because of course, being a student is important to him, but also saving the world is also important to him. And just like all the two heroes before him, Cajun and Escalade, nothing is more important to him than standing up for people that cannot stand up for themselves. I think that's where all these characters are coming from. And I really put a lot of like my brother's history tied into GLUCKS, like being an amazing athlete, going to amazing university, being educated, being smart with computers. I mean, these are all things, these aren't accidental. These are all the things that my brother does. So I just literally put it in GLUCKS. It's just amazing, like I say, man. But that's the history of GLUCKS. Next up is his abilities. Now, just like the heroes before him, GLUCKS, Cajun and Escalade, GLUCKS has no powers, or do they have powers? GLUCKS abilities include science, computerization, if those will work. To me, those are important. Science, computerization, understanding technology. Literally, there's no form of technology this guy cannot understand. Before I get into his combat skills, there's no form of technology he can understand. It doesn't matter. Whether it's in the future or it's in the present or it's in the past, he understands it all. He just has a mind for understanding, finding information, understanding information. That to me is an attribute in itself. I mean, it's so sick that this guy, that his costume, of course, I know you're wondering, I'm going to get to that, but his costume is part of what makes this guy, his abilities amazing. Because he's so intelligent, he allows his costume to literally I'm not going to give it away, but y'all are going to, I'm not going to say it. As the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins book comes out, y'all are going to understand his uniform. You know what I mean? But GLUCKS is super intelligent. Now, in terms of his fighting abilities, because this guy has a bunch of different types of weapons, but his fighting skills include, he's a boxer, kickboxer, Muay Thai specifically, and many forms of mixed martial arts. So he's a big fan of mixed martial arts. You know, like I told you, I integrated a lot of my brother into this guy. He's super athletic. This guy is an incredible athlete, just like my brother was in high school and in college. And even in the professional ranks, you know, this guy took to a lot of. He's not a guy that is going to be left behind. He makes his own way all the time, and his fighting skills allow him to stay one step ahead of his thing. And then let's talk about his sharpshooting, his abilities. This dude literally does not miss ever. I don't care if you're seeing it in the comic book or in the animation series, you're gonna see it. Even in the animation intro that I'm working right now, people are like, "Oh, that is sick." You know what I mean? This dude is like, his uniform is part of his ability. His uniform gives him full range coverage. He's bulletproof. You would have to shoot a nuclear missile at him to be able to hit him. That's how cool GLUCKS uniform is. Because one of the things that Cajun did, who's their brother, when he created their uniforms, he's the only one that has armor, but everybody else has the same technology, but in a different variance, in a different way. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not telling them on the technology. Heck no. You're going to get to find out when you buy the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, and you get your hands on the new bio book that's going to be coming after the Karjakz Vs Assassins book comes out. You know, but GLUCKS' abilities, his fighting skills. And man, when I say hand-to-hand combat skills, this dude's got the hand-to-hand combat. He can't put it, he will and shall put it on you. Just like my brother in real life. There's really a lot of things about a hero. And one of the things that I wanted for GLUCKS and Rasputin, because they weren't rocking armor like Cajun, is that I wanted him to have kind of like the attributes like how Blade's got hands. And these specific heroes, excuse me, y'all, these specific heroes, right, have combat skills that are off the chain. Blade, Batman, Black Panther, I want to say Captain America, Black Widow. Who else am I thinking about that's a great combat skills? Oh my God, I'm trying to think. Daredevil. People leaves him out, but he's a bad dude. And then Bishop, of course, from the X-Men. A lot of people don't know that Bishop got hands. That's what I wanted for GLUCKS, his ability to do things unorthodox style. Using his great combat skills, the many trainings that him and his brother GLUCKS have went through, the regimen, the fitness. Just like my brother in real life, he believes in, takes care of himself. These are things that I attributed to these are abilities. I know most people don't think those are abilities, but that's what abilities. That's what makes us have a thing like Batman more than Superman. Superman is great, but Superman is just Superman. Like, he's literally super. Batman is human, so everything he does is more of the extraordinary level that a human being can be. You know what I mean? GLUCKS' abilities are like sharpshooter, tactical strategist. He doesn't miss. There are times when he has to lead the team, and it's like being that he's a teenager, everybody just looks at him like, dude, nobody's gonna listen to you. But then he's like, y'all gonna listen to me. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna see it in the comic book. When you read the comic book, you're gonna be like, whoa, this character is just, man, he's that dude. And like I told you, when I go to the art shows, a lot of the abilities, people are like, so what are these powers? I don't know. You tell me, what do you think the power should be? I'm not going to divulge much to y'all because I can only give you so much, because it'll spoil the Karjakz Vs Assassins first official comic book, and I'm not going to let it be ruined, because that book is a great read. You get to really delve into who GLUCKS is as a human being, and then of course the subsequent bio book that's going to come after that too. You know what I mean? But GLUCKS' abilities are one of a dude who has just amazing combat skills, marksman skills, tactical skills. This guy's got technology, like he wears this thing over his, he's got his costume, which I'm gonna tell you about. But when you see it, it allows him to see things in a visual way y'all have never thought of before. Like I told you, I can't tell you so much, but that's part of his abilities. And then his gear, his weaponry is also tailored and what's this word? The technology is suited to only GLUCKS. Only GLUCKS can use his weapons. That's a safety protocol that Cajun integrated into his uniform, into his costume, that nobody can wear the costume and nobody can also use the weapons, right? Because it's a safety protocol. And only GLUCKS can also, like, he's always the guy who's like, okay, look, somebody needs to be taken out. We got to take this person out, but we don't want to hurt them. We just want to disable them. You know, GLUCKS is that dude. His weaponry allows for different types of projectiles. That's all I'm going to say. Different types of projectiles, man. That thing is, oh my God, off the chain, man. So, yo, GLUCKS' abilities, man, the skills, the fighting skills, the weaponry, the combat skills, the intelligence, the creativity, the computer wizardry, man, this dude is off the chain. So that's GLUCKS' abilities. Next up are the comic books. Now, as the characters before him, Cajun and Escalade, GLUCKS is also going to be getting his own comic book series. He got to. Trust me, y'all. When you got a character this cool, you got to. Like, look, the Karjakz Vs Assassins bio book. Whether it's number 1, whether it's 2 and 3 and 5, and the subsequent 6, version 6 is coming. GLUCKS is a character. He's too great of a character. And the cool thing about GLUCKS is that not only I want something to be where it's him and his brother, but I also want something to be where he's by himself too. And so when you're writing a comic book for a guy like this, just like Escalator and Cajun, GLUCKS is the type of character, he's so strong that you have to give him his own comic book. I didn't want him to be like some characters on the Avengers where only a few can get their own spotlight. Nah, all my characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe can get their own spotlight, and they're each going to get their own comic book series because they're just that great. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I created him, I was like, man, comics, because the whole idea started off with me wanting to have my own animated characters. But when I created this first official Karjakz comic book bio book, which I'm gonna let you flip through, let you see GLUCKS from here. That's the version 1 right there. Y'all have seen this before. Version 2, as you can see, there's some whole changes right there. Look at that. Then version 5, I know it's hard holding 3 books. This is nuts. Y'all see that? all three right there. And as I got to it, I was just like, wait, man, I can do some amazing things with this. These characters, each one need their own comic book. So I started working on it. Look, cover number 1 for Karjakz Bio book, cover number 2, and then cover 3. This is version 5. This is 2, 3, and 4, and then version 1. And some of the parts of version 1 too actually is me progressively going forward from each other. As you can see, the logo even changed. And so when the logo changed, the GLUCKS logo changed too. Like I even changed this vehicle. I changed the storyline of what I want him to do. I changed his abilities. Or did I even give him supernat? And then the comic books, like when you doing a comic book of a character that's a really original, one of the things that you want is an origin story that people never heard before. And that's the beauty of the origin of each one of my characters from the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. I don't have to do what's been done in the past. I don't care about what's been done in the past. This comic series is going to be something that, like, you've never read before. And the thing about this comic series is that a lot of people that saw me from the beginning when I was, starting off the comic expos and up to where I am now, those are my followers on YouTube. So they don't expect anything where, like, GLUCKS isn't going to be looking like that dude. Because a lot of people are like, man, this character is fire. You know, like I said, they're flipping through the pages and like, whoa, okay, who is this guy? Break it down. And it's the way his costume looks, which is what makes the comic books. So they're like, this guy should have his own series. He looks like he could lead the team too. I said, yeah, but he's just a teenager, man. Anybody going for that? You know what I mean? But GLUCKS is like the comic series. It's going to be like, there's nobody I can really compare him to because, sorry, yo, nobody that I like in the animation world has a comic book. There's a few that have had comic books that I think are cool like that. Bishop, Grifter, Cable, Deathstroke, Deadpool maybe. You know what I mean? But usually when you create comic books for characters like this, you haven't seen any characters like this. And not to mention, it's a how do I say this? I'm filling a void, man. The one commonality in spite of whether it's Cajun, Escalade, or GLUCKS that I've gotten to in this week, third week of doing this, they're all I'm filling a hole. There's not even enough comics about African-based superheroes at all. It is not even close. And so every time I get a chance to add to the volume, to add to the mystique, to add to the aura of Afrocentrism in a way that benefits the bigger picture, I'm all for it, because what motivated me to create my own comic book, which the characters in the first place, was just I saw a hole. Every time I watch X-Men or whatever I was watching, like, then I go read the comic books and you'd only see like here and there on the pages of the comic book until you actually got a series of that character, of its own character, which was very rare. Very few had their own comic books. So Bishop was one of the few. Storm, I think, had a few. I don't know if Luke Cage had anything, but all I know is as I went through Cajun, Escalade, GLUCKS, and all the other characters in Karjakz Vs Assassins, Rasputin, all the other characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins, I said, man, one thing that's not going to happen is stereotypes. I'm not going to allow stereotypes. Yes, the choice of gadgets that he has are I'm not going to tell you the name of them. I can't tell you the name of them because I don't want to, because it'll ruin the first Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. But they're choice weapons that are geared towards not being stereotypical. Because one of the things they always do, as I've said it before, even in comics or in animation, they always villainize before they heroinize our characters. Well, I'm doing the opposite. I'm heroinizing all the way. There's not going to be any nonsense stereotyping. I'm not going for that. Even in the comics, the way I'm going to draw him, the scenes that he's going to be in, man, GLUCKS is a different character. Different character, man. So, yo, this comic books that I got coming, ooh, yo, it's going to be off the chain. It's a storyline because I'm able to give you origin, history, and then future in it. You know, it's important that you know the past, the present, and where the future is. You know, it's like I always tell myself, learn from the past, cultivate the future. Learn from the past and cultivate the future. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn. I'm gonna even write it down. Learn from the past and cultivate the future. It's true. And that's what GLUCKS and Rasputin are. Whether or not what makes them cool about having no comics is that they're the future indirectly of the Karjakz team, of the team. So his comics are going to be off the chain. There's no way I'm not my characters are too strong for me not to give them individual comic series of their own. And also too, when you have the kind of talent that I have, you have an obligation to expand on each character, because people are going to be like, hey, when's GLUCKS going to get his own series, or when's Cajun, or when it escalates? So GLUCKS got to get his own comic series, man, and it's going to be off the chain. I don't know how many pages it's going to be, but trust me, it's going to be a great read. I've already started infrastructuring the idea, stretching it out, you know, giving it legs, as they like to say. I am super excited about what this guy's comic is going to turn out to be, and how excited people are going to be when they read it. You know what I'm saying? So that's GLUCKS right there in the comics, man. Next. Next up is animation. Animation is the real reason I started this whole Karjakz Vs Assassins thing. And before I forget, check it out. I went classic on y'all. This is one of the first hoodies I ever made when I first started making hoodies. When I first started my clothing line. This Karjakz Vs Assassins hoodie right here, classic pullover. As you can see, it's got the classic Sanusi logo on there. I made this makeshift. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but I did it. In fact, it's so cool. I gotta show you the back. You gotta see the back, and I'll put it back on before I continue on with GLUCKS and the animation. Look at this, man. Yeah, this is old school, old school. Look at that. Where's GLUCKS at? Right here. This is old school, old school. Look at that mess, man. You know what I mean? So that's GLUCKS right there, man. Yo, these comic books. Oh my God, this hoodie. These aren't available anymore. But these aren't available anymore. Now we can still do a pullover. It just ain't gonna be like this classic right here, because this is classic. This ain't something you can find on the website. This is maybe I'll make it for you, but I highly doubt I want to, because I don't want nobody else having this mess. They don't make these anymore. This is so sick. So you know, that's the hoodies right there. Now animation. The thing about animation for GLUCKS, for each character, just like all the other characters, he's got to have his own animation. His animation has got to do with the team, and also too as an individual. The thing about animation for the characters is that GLUCKS has a great story. And just like one of the things I've said before in the past, I want to tie him by himself, but I also want to tie him with his brother, Rasputin, because it makes for a sick ass animation sequence. Like each character, and it's important to have the whole series, which is the reason why I started this whole Karjakz Vs Assassins thing. I wanted my own series, and then realizing as I grew each as I begin to evolve each character, I was like, dude, these dudes can get their own animation series. Are you sick? Are you kidding me? I don't have to go begging whomever, whatever company. I'm never going to waste my time mentioning their names, but I don't need their permission to go where I want to go. I can just, you know what? Okay, GLUCKS, this animated movie, okay, let's go. And the thing about GLUCKS is that I can't tell you how many countless people have asked me, dude, are these dudes getting their own animation series? I'm like, yeah. I don't need like the big companies to do this. That's the beauty of the independence of being an animator now, and understanding and going to school, understanding technology, understanding the science of animation. I don't really need anybody to do it. What I want is to collaborate with people that can actually be part of this journey. So maybe I don't always have to do everything myself. I can even hire animators to reduce the amount of workload that I got, because I have ideas, and I'm not going to let anybody, no one, stop me from going where I go. Whether it's the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe in its whole, or just each individual like GLUCKS getting an animated series or animated movie or whatever I want to do, I'm always going to be able to do it. I don't need like storylines. I am the storyline. I can write the storylines. I don't need drawing sequences or pages. I can do all that. You know, creating the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book allowed me to understand all the things that I could do. I remember when I started that comic book, I was like, whoa, I'm just going to start. And then before I knew it, I had the whole book done. I was like, oh my God, this thing looks so sick. And you know, it's the same thing with the animation. Right now, I'm working on a new animation intro. And when I tell you GLUCKS scene is sick, it is so sick. Like, and I remember the past when I created the first animation intro. Okay, you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to show you that animation intro right now. Here we go. See how cool that is? That's a classic right there. And I made that while I was in school because my art teacher asked me, okay, so what? We're gonna spend this entire semester creating an intro, an animation. I was like, sir, and I asked him, I said, sir, can I do something with, I'm into animation, but I have my own characters. I actually want to integrate them into this project. He said, yeah, go ahead. Man, when I got done doing that animation, my teacher was like, whoa, wow, this thing is pretty impressive. And yes, I got an A in the class. What else you think I was going to get, man? And I got an A in the project. Come on now, when you come up with something so sick and cool as Karjakz Vs Assassins, and then you create an animation intro that nobody's ever seen, I can remember seeing the faces of my classmates. They were like, what the hell? And you know what the hell was really about? Nobody had ever seen that many Afrocentric characters on one page. None of them. I could tell by the look on their face. They were used to seeing X-Men. They were used to seeing Avengers. They were used to seeing whatever else you can think of. But not that many amazing superheroes and supervillains on the same screen, back to back to back to back to back to back. Yeah, the animation sequence, I ain't playing. The animation of GLUCKS and any other character in Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is going to be off the chain. I've got story after story after story after story. And I can't wait to GLUCKS to do his own thing. Oh my God. Like I said it before, so many people at the art shows always asking me, when's this dude gonna get his animation series? Is this dude, they always say no. They always say when I get this going, GLUCKS has got to get his own animation. Yes, they said that about all the other characters too. But man, when you have a character this cool, when you can do animation yourself, there's no waiting on nobody. There's no begging whomever, whatever company. You don't have to beg them to do anything. If there's one thing that I love about the beauty of about animation, having your own YouTube channel is really the biggest draw. I'm telling you, I'm posting things on YouTube now and I'm just like, whoa. I come back the next day, I'm like, damn, that's a lot of views. And you don't realize how many fans you have out there till you actually put something out there. That's the beauty of, I'm proud of myself for going to school to study animation. Because I remember when I got my bachelor's degree, I wish I had just studied animation like I wanted. Instead of graphic design. God, it's so damn boring. God, I could do it. But it ain't nothing like animation. It ain't nothing like creating your own cartoon. It ain't nothing like looking at your own cartoon. You feel me? Like animation off the chain. You know, GLUCKS is gonna have his own thing. I got a subsequent line of a whole bunch of animation going on with him. He's not gonna be that type of character that people ain't gonna know who he is. Or he gonna be that character they're gonna know who he is. And the people gonna be clamoring for him to have his own animation series, which is not beyond the comprehension realm because I know that's actually what I want too. So GLUCKS is at the animation. You know, it's a if only I could just show y'all the new animation intro, but I can't. Why? Because it's tied to the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book, man. But when I tell you this animation is off the chain, oh my God, the views. I remember when I first started on using Instagram, I hit like 45,000 views, 25,000 or something crazy number like that on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, they like this that much? Damn. And I was like, okay, all right, I got to figure this out. And so that's when TikTok blew up. And I was like, yeah, I need to figure out how to use TikTok. Then once I did that, I said, I need to figure out how to use YouTube because YouTube is going to be the main spot where I can pop off this animation. I literally can release my own animation series on YouTube. And for sure, the first place it's going to go is my website. Yeah, I'm not even playing that. I built my website so cool that my website can withstand stuff like that. Like it's not heavy. And that's the beauty of editing. You can understand how to edit a video, edit whatever you're trying to do, the animation. So animation series for damn sure. The names of it, I can't tell you. But is it coming? Hell yeah. So y'all, that's GLUCKS with the animation. Next up are movies. Of course I gotta do movies. Dude, how many times have people gotten into my car? I mean, when I was driving, when I drive Uber, or when I was driving Uber, and when I drive sometimes, because I have a day job, but I'm not gonna tell you where I work. But I also have means of income. I believe in multiple streams of income, and I can't tell how many times people will see the comic stuff in the car and they're like, "Man, dude, you need to be in your own movie. Dude, you need to play the." Sorry, excuse me. Dude, you need to play the FedEx guy. Dude, you need to play the pizza delivery guy. Dude, you need to play the trucker dude. Dude, you need to be in your movie and doing something funny, man. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to be in my own movie doing something funny. The movies are critical. And yes, GLUCKS, once again, is strong enough, just like animation, to get his own movie. I've got so many ideas I can't tell y'all. From the whole subsequent Karjakz Vs Assassins universe to the various movies that I want to do, to each individual animated movies. A collection of just sequential stuff that's going back to back, so that you can see that. I mean, just like Batman got animated movies, God knows how many. Let me see. Superman has own animated movies. Avengers, I've had 2 animated movies that I can think of. Iron Man has had 1 animated movie I can think of. Hulk and Wolf. Yeah, Hulk has had his own animated movie. His own animated movie when he was fighting Thor and Wolverine. You know, movies are like, even though movies, the way they've changed, the way we watch them now has changed. What hasn't changed is a great story. And man, when GLUCKS' story is off the chain, from his origins to his history, that alone is big enough to make a movie. It's big enough to make a movie, not only within him being in the sphere of the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, but him being in the whole his own circle of heroism. I mean, dude. I mean, I'm trying to think of who could play GLUCKS, man. Just off the top. Denzel Washington's son, John David Washington, could probably play GLUCKS. Maybe Michael B. Jordan. This is just me reading names off the top of the dome. Oh God, who else could play him? Who I think would be an amazing GLUCKS. Oh my God, who's this dude? Yo, I can't think of nobody else right now, but those 2 names are the only ones that really come into my mind, like in terms of who could play GLUCKS. And I'm telling you, I wish some actor would get arrogant and be like, oh, well, I don't know if this character is going to be good. I'm like, are you drunk or are you high? Which one are you? You know what I'm saying? Because GLUCKS is sick as hell. And then putting him within the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins sphere, oh, it's all she wrote. Movies are a definite must. This guy not only is going to exist in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, but he's going to exist in the GLUCKS universe as well. Each one of my characters can do that. It's just find a matter of the right actors, the right location, the right story, and not being corny and not doing what's already been done. Because that's one thing I hate about the movies now. You repeatedly keep making the same cycle of movies. Something we watched in 1978, now they want to make it in 2024. Yo, it's corny, man. Come up with something original. And GLUCKS being part of the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, it don't get no more original than that. The movies are for sure coming. This character, I'm so tripping visualizing trying to see an actor like John David Washington, the son of Denzel Washington, the great Denzel Washington, the greatest actor of all time. Or Michael B. Jordan. Oh God, who else am I thinking of that could play this guy? Those are the only 2 real talk that come off my head. I mean, I can't think of nobody else that's really a really good actor that could play him. Man, the movies would be so sick. I mean, I'd be drooling just thinking about making movies about these guys, man. So, like, man, it's incredible. I'm just visualizing it is making me drool. I'm like, damn, that's actually a very, I don't realize how, when you're doing something, you don't realize how cool it is till you're actually done with it. Then you're like, holy crap. So, you know, the movie is going to have a definite, deep, intrinsic, continuous, sequential to it. You know what I mean? I've already started writing story plots. I've already written scripts. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, I'm at it all the time, every single day. That's how I could come up with these ideas. And that's when I thought I ought to do a series of episodes about the characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, because I'd never done it. I mean, I've had 171 episodes, and not once did I actually think, prior to this 170th episode, which is Cajun, I never thought to have my own characters actually have their own individual thing, and not just like I was focusing on all the other heroes from different universes. I was like, wait. Let me focus on Karjakz Vs Assassins like right now. like ASAP. What is keeping me from doing that? I said, you know what? Once I got started, I said, I'm going to keep going. Once I get the Karjakz, then you're going to see me do the villains, the assassins. But GLUCKS is movies. Oh, yeah, it's coming. And I ain't got to beg no movie studio neither. That's the beauty about being independent these days. Studios got to beg you to be like, oh, we like your idea. You want to work with us? Nah, y'all are corny as I don't know what. I'd rather just do it on my own. Because the one thing you don't want them doing is diluting and messing up your idea. Because that's the first thing they'll do. They're money grab. They're not about substantial. They're not about substance. And I'm about substance. I'm not just going to let you just turn my stuff into a money grab. I'm going to make sure my stuff is a substance. So in terms of movies, oh, GLUCKS is coming. Believe that. So that's our show for today, y'all. But before we get up out of here, you know, the things that we want to talk about, you know, let's recap on the day. It's been an amazing show. The things I want to talk about with GLUCKS that I did get to talk about is his origins, his history, his abilities, the comics, the animation, the movies. Yo, the whole gambit is this guy right here, man. And there's going to be many more episodes of the show. I'm going to talk about GLUCKS individually again. You got to understand, like, characters like this, especially when they're original, you have to build them up. It's not just something that people just know their names. Obviously, when Marvel started, they had to build up Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Black Panther, all these different superheroes. Well, that's the same thing I'm doing with my characters. I got to build them up. Whether it's Cajun, whether it's Escalade, whether it's GLUCKS, whether it's Raspian, or anybody else I'm going to talk about. It's a build-up. It's the only way you can get the names out. I mean, every single day, posting on social media. Every single day, find a way to make them relevant within the social media sphere and getting positive results back and seeing the numbers of views climb every single day. Whether it's the comics, whether it's the animation, whether it's just me putting them on apparel. Dude, oh my God, I can't tell you how cool it is. And people always somehow seem to find GLUCKS on the shirt every time I put him on there. You know what I mean? But yo, that's everything about the characters today, man. It's I think the one thing I'm noticing more about my characters is that it's a culture shock. Usually they'll ask me some dumb stuff like, is this a comedy? Does this look like it's a comedy? Look at the way these characters look. And then you've got the people that actually use their brain and say, man, this looks like Japanese style animation. I'm like, yeah, that's like where I grew up. I grew up on Techno Man, Gundam Wing, Voltron, Thundercats, you name it, I was watching it. And it's really the action ones that made me to create my own stuff. So I'm so proud of what I've done and being able to create these amazing characters and use them as how can I do this? And use it to give myself a future. That's what these characters have done for me. Every single day, I've always got something I need to do. You know how cool that is to have characters that allow you to do that? Man, that's sick, man. So, yo, that's our show. Don't forget about it here. There's things we want to talk about. New awesome products that we got. You know what I'm saying? First things first, it's the phone case. Yes. We got them in different types of phone cases, too. We got iPhones, we got Samsung Galaxies, and we got Google Pixels. And we got the iPhones from 10 all the way to 24. We got the Samsung Galaxies all the way to the 24 Ultra. And then we've got the Google Pixel, believe 9 as well. Got the different all the new sizes. I mean, look at my phone case. I mean, it's durable. Tell you what, I've dropped it at Home Depot so many times I can't tell you, and nothing has ever shattered. Not a scratch, not nothing. Look how durable it is. You know what I'm saying? I would show you the inside, but I don't want to because this is a note to myself. But look at this, man. Look at all this art. It's completely draped in art. And then you can get them in different characters too. Karjakz Vs Assassins, Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man, Black Panther, Black Lightning, Techno Man. You name it, I got it, man. And then, of course, the other matching phone case. Come on now. Look at this. This is what we're doing on Sanusi Vision, man. You know what I mean? Look at this. You can put the phone right here, which is what most people do. You know what? Just so you believe me that I can actually put a phone there, check this out. I'm going to take this out of my old phone case, and I'm going to put it in here so y'all can see it in action. Yeah, there you go. You see? Look at that. And then I'm going to remove it too so y'all can see what's up. So go get your phone case. A lot of ladies love this phone case because it's like a wallet to them. That's what a lot of ladies have told me that have bought it. They love the fact that it feels like a wallet because guess what? It's got all these credit card slots right here. So you can put different credit cards. Look. Oh, let me see where's my wallet? You know what? Y'all give me a second. I'm going to go get my wallet. Give me a second so y'all can know that I ain't bull jiving. So look, I'm gonna do a test so y'all can see it. So you can see how the credit card slots work. Look at that. That's my CPR card. Look at that. Just like a regular credit card, man. You can keep stuff in there. Look at that. See that? Yeah, it's gonna be sick, man. Multiple pockets. So multiple pockets. Then of course you can put stuff here too. Look at this. I'm trying to think of something that's pretty decent size. No, let's not use that. Let's see if I folded this note. You know what? Yeah, how about, look at this. Oh, no, that's too big. Look, y'all. It fits stuff. So if you got documents, look at this. Look at that. It fitting stuff, man. I'm telling you. Yo, this phone case is off the chain, man. So y'all got to go get your own on SanusiVision.com. Of course, glasses cases. Glasses cases are vital, man. You wear glasses like me, you got to have a glasses case. And you want something that's sturdy and durable, too. Look at this. 360. The glasses right here. I put them on. But just to show you, we always got the glasses cases. Look at this art, man. Let's do a 360. I want y'all to see it. And this is a classic Karjakz Vs Assassins one. We got them different characters too. Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Karjakz Vs Assassins version 5. Each individual characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins. Cajun, GLUCKS, Escalade, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepard, Diesel. And then the villains too. The Assassins, Sanusi, Artillery, Kanji, Revo. The glasses case. And then also too, how many glasses cases you know come with their own matching cleaning cloth? Yeah, check that out. Yeah, this is what we're doing in SanusiVision. You got to go get your own on SanusiVision.com today, man. You know what I'm saying? The glasses, and check it out. Yeah, just so you know, it's not just for show. It wipes. Yeah, check that out. It wipes. And it wipes it clean and nice too, man. And I put it back on, and I can see everything crystal clear. So, you know, glasses cases, y'all. You got to go get your glasses cases on SanusiVision.com, y'all. So that's glasses case right there. And then, of course, the mask never goes old. Check that out. We got them in different characters. This is Cajun right here. And of course, you got the Asha logo right there. And it's athletic too. I can't tell you how many times I go to run with these. Look at this mask, man. You know what I mean? And they are breathable. Cover your whole face. Even if you got a giant beard just like me, it still covers your whole face. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing in SanusiVision. Masks. And the ear loops go over your ear. So it's really comfortable. It's not all tight like the stringy, cheap ones that people buy. And I've tried all kinds of masks. And nothing beats my mask. So SanusiVision.com in different characters too. We got Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Turtles, Thundercats. You name it, I've got it, man. Oh, and wallets too. Why not? I might as well show it to y'all. You know what I mean? So this is what we're doing in SanusiVision. Oh, and I can't believe I forgot this. Okay. So that's. Oh, I've got to put this back. My CPR card. I ain't about to lose that. You know what I mean? And then what else I got to show to y'all? The Bata's footwear line. Check that out. The low tops. You know what I mean? You know what? Let me tie this so the strings don't come apart. Got to show you all the Bata's low tops. Last time it was the high tops. Well, this time it's the low tops. And I wear these all the time. They are my favorite. God, I've had it for I don't know how many years. You know what I mean? But yo, they are awesome. And check that out. Let me show you one at a time. So this is the right foot. Check that out. You know what I mean? Art on this side, on the outside. And then check it out on the art on the inside. So I got version 5 on the inside. And then version 1 on the outside. This is what we're doing. And then if you look at the other shoe, the other foot, as I like to say, the art is different there too. Look at that. Man, this is what I do at SanusiVision, man. Look at these shoes. The Bata's 2 low tops. And then you flip it on the inside. The art is different too. So Karjakz Vs Assassins version 5 on the outside. Karjakz Vs Assassins on the inside, on the left foot. So guess what's different about the right foot? On this foot, on the right foot, it's got the Karjakz Vs Assassins on the right outside. On this side, on the left foot, it's got the Karjakz Vs Assassins version 5 on the outside. Then on the inside is version 1. And on this one is version 5. This is what we're doing in SanusiVision. How many shoemakers, producers can do what I'm doing over here? Not too many. So, yo, SanusiVision.com, yo, get your low tops, Batas, and the sport ones too as well, yo, and the high tops. And of course, we got the wedge Batas for the ladies, man. This is what we're doing, big things in SanusiVision, man. Then, of course, last but not least, our hoodies. Our hoodies are sick. Who doesn't want one of our hoodies? Check it out. Look at this. Art all over the place. Look at the detail. I know you see it. That's the inside. How many hoodies got a hood gear like that? Then of course the top. Before I break it down, the whole rest of it. Look at the hoodie. Sick art detail. Look at the side, man. How many hoodies you see like this? And I flip it to the other side of the hoodie. The top. Look at this. That's detail, man. You know what I mean? And then of course, let's check out the rest of the hoodie. Look at the front. Man, that thing is detailed all the way. Look at the amount of art you're looking at. Then of course you got the zipper. And the cool thing about our hoodies is you can get them in zipper or you can get it in pullover just like what I got right here. Except this pullover looks as cool as this new one right here. This was doing the Sound Vision. Always upgrading. Remember, learn from the past, cultivate the future. You feel me? And let's check out the right sleeve. Look at that. The detail. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Man, talk about technique, talk about style. This was doing the Sound Vision. And then you look at the left arm. Look at that, man. Oh my God, this is such cool gear. You need to go get you one, man, y'all. And then of course the back. Can't forget the back. Check that out. Look at detail. That's ridiculous, man. All this available on soundvision.com. You got to go get one of our hoodies. Soundvision.com. This is what we're doing over here, man. So yo, that's all the cool new gear we got, man. And it's been an amazing, awesome show. You know what I mean? So, but before I forget, can't forget this. I definitely don't want to forget this. Because the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is coming out. But before that, we got to talk about the bio book. Because without this bio book, you ain't going to understand what is going on in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. And I know you want to understand what is going on in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. So, look, visit our website to get a copy of this bio book, the Karjakz Vs Assassins bio book, available on soundvision.com. So when the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book comes out, you can know what's going on. So you can understand the Karjakz, who are the heroes, Cajun, Escalade, GLUCKS, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepard, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Sphinx. Can't forget Sphinx. And, of course, the villainous villains, the assassins led by Lord Sun Tzu, Artillery, Kanji, Grivo, Snipes, Yukon, the Coyotes. You know what I'm saying? This Karjakz Vs Assassins Bible is going to help you understand the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book that's coming out, man. And it is spectacularly amazing. I even got that in my journal. I'm like, this book is spectacularly amazing. It's one thing to create something, but when you know you've created something that's spitfire, you're like, damn, this thing is sick. And the beauty of my creation is that I haven't had to wait for any company to give me the green light to go. I look at myself in the mirror every day and I say, you know what? It's showtime. You know what I mean? So, yo, get you this bio book on soundvision.com and you can get ready and know what's going on in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Because when that book comes out, whoo, the industry is going to be tripping. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's our show for today, man. Everything we got to talk about. We don't want to forget our sponsors because we got to pay these bills before we jet up out of here. This Sound Vision podcast is brought to you by Tiegler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, search Tiegler today. That's Tiegler.com. That's Tiegler.com. Don't wait. Search today. I'm serious, y'all. If you want the best search engine out there, man, to see what's going on, to find what you're looking for the best professionals, from plumbers to pediatricians to contractors to landscapers, you better get your butt on Tiegler.com. That's Tiegler.com. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel for the Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. Why you want to be walking around with foot pain? Who needs that? I used to do that. My plantar fasciitis used to hurt like hell. I ain't got plantar fasciitis no more. Why? Because Dr. Nero Sode came up with these awesome custom orthotics designed strictly for my foot. And even when I don't wear these, I still don't have no foot pain. You know why? Because he told me what exercises to do to strengthen my feet muscles. And I don't really do all my exercises anymore because my feet so strong now. So, yo, AnadelCenter.com, y'all. AnadelCenter.com, y'all. So, y'all, this is our awesome show for today. I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Please check out our website for all the cool stuff we got. From phone cases, to beanies, to hoodies, glasses cases, you know what I'm saying? Masks, you know. We doing big things on Sound Vision, man. And not only is my podcast got apparel, art, and footwear on it now. Can't even forget. Even posters. 11 by 17, depending on whatever size you need. You know what I mean? 11 by 17, 13 by 19, canvas art, 24 by 36. We got so many sizes. Dude, my website also has my podcast on there too. Now, every single time, every single week, we're able to put the new episodes on there and get our show, get the show going. You know, if you're gonna do something, do it right. If you're gonna do it right, like I said, learn from the past and cultivate the future. That's my new motto. I'm going with it. It works, man. I'm not afraid to to change things. Like I did an interview at a job position, and I was really, they wanted to give me a certain amount. I said no, I want more. And the guy was like, well, we can come close to it. I said, okay, that can work for me, because it's all about knowing your value, man. And so this website has given me a new my website sanusi.com has given me a new outlook on value, man. I can't tell you it's so valuable. The website, the amount of work I've done on it, the cool stuff we have on there is ridiculous. I get some people visiting like, dude, your website is sick as hell. And it's user friendly. That's the best part of my website. So yo, check it out, sanusi.com, all the cool stuff. And please subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel. Come on, man. Yes, Apple, Spotify, yada, yada. But nobody really listens anymore. Everything's about visual listening. That's why I had to move my stuff to YouTube. And it's working. It actually works. I'm so proud of what I was able to do with it. I'm so proud of how I was able to bring it forward and able to make it be the best that it can be, the best that it is. I'm proud of it in a way y'all just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you don't understand. Like, I'm so grateful that I was able to transition from just having people listening to my stuff to me people listening, watching. And I can't tell how many comments I get, people talking about how good it is, tell me to keep up the great work. And that's all I do. I'm just being myself. And the podcast is coming out awesome. I'm organically growing. See, I'm not interested in rapid fire success. That doesn't last. But organic growth, oh man, that's eternal right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all again, rapid fire success does not last. But organic growth, that's eternal. That's what's wrong with a lot of people nowadays, especially with our generation. They want instant gratification. I don't want instant gratification. I want to grow my dream organically. That's why I've been able to sustain it. It's been steady. I've been at this for man. I've been at this since I finished the characters in 2012. October 19th, 2012. It's been on ever since. All the various different things I've been able to come up with. I'm so grateful. And please check out our social media platforms at YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, and Instagram. Look, man, all you artists out there whining about social media, look, use it for what you need it for, not how other people want to use you. So get on there, post every single day. I'm telling you, I posted before I started recording, man. You got to post. I don't care if it's one video. Get your videos up, man, because not only the money that you're going to get, it's the viewership of the creation and content that you're creating is going to lead to what you're trying to do. Too many artists are whining about having no platform, but there you have it, social media. You are able to manage your own platform. And you know what happens with that? You have leverage over the companies when they come to you. Their bull jive isn't going to work. You can just tell them to go kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what they're saying, yo, you have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to kiss their butt to get their money because you don't need their money. Your social media platforms can pay you well, just like all these other influencers that are getting money, all these individuals. Nobody's trying to do no journalism school and all this nonsense anymore. Dude, you create your own content. People love what you create. And hopefully you create what's yours and not somebody else's, and you ain't got to worry about getting sued. Yo, you going to make it for yourself, man. So get your social media on, man. And let me tell y'all, if you ain't using social media, especially in this era, you are behind. Even the big companies have social media. My social media platform is bigger than a lot of companies that you know about. You know what I'm saying? I have people asking me, how did I get my social media up so high? I said, it's because I'm consistent. I do it every single day. It's an everyday duty. I don't bull jive about it. You know what I mean? So, yo, please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace. Check this cool cartoon intro out. All right, you can see the rest of it on my YouTube channel, and you can also check it out on my website at sanusi.shop.com. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.